Virat Kohli, that's what we said in our last episode. It's going to be the Virat Kohli's day, and yes, it was Virat Kohli's day.
Absolutely. King Kohli for a reason. Marvelous knock. We kept on saying, like he's due, and he came up at the right time.
Normally we say the catches win the matches. In this particular match, the catch that Surya Kumar Yadav had I think one of the best catches I have ever seen.
Yes. And that catch made India think like, yes, they can win it from here, because Miller was the last recognized batsman for South Africa.
I think it's, if you go back to the interview that Gautam Gambhir gave a few weeks back, he wasn't talking about Dubai, but he was talking about these 20s.
Yes.
Right.
He says these guys always go unnoticed and uncelebrated, but these 20 plus scores in the middle can, and often they do, make all the difference.
That's, if you see Kohli's 50 was, he scored in 48 balls, then he ended up scoring 76 or 59. So imagine the next 9 balls, he scored 26 runs.
Yes.
So that's how cricket can change that quickly.
It was good to see that between Rohit and Hardik, there was no friction of any sort. Rohit trusted Hardik with the last over.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have to.
Good day, everyone. My name is Navneet Anand from aajKal. Our medium, your message. The final episode of World Cup Gupshup T20 2024. Sunil Gautam, Saurabh Anand, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Navneet.
Thank you, Navneet.
What a fantastic evening.
Absolutely.
Goosebumps?
All the makings of a final
Still.
game.
India, South Africa, unbeaten squad in the whole T20 World Cup this time. India taking the trophy. How does it feel?
Emotional, ecstatic. It's very hard to explain the feelings. Imagine we are feeling that way. Imagine the players who went through this process for last many years, and they almost reached most of the finals. Test Championship, One Day World Cup, and there was just something missing, which they completed yesterday. So overall, a complete performance, and hats off to all the players, the coaching staff, the management, sticking with the team and giving the captain what he needed throughout the tournament.
13 years it took us to bring the trophy back home.
Sure. And so much was riding on this, because if you look at the reactions of players, there was less of jumping around and dancing and more of emotional outlet. So obviously they needed it so badly for so many different reasons. And the fact that Rahul Dravid was seen screaming with joy, that sums it up perfectly.
Virat Kohli, that's what we said in our last episode. It's going to be the Virat Kohli's day, and yes, it was Virat Kohli's day.
Absolutely. King Kohli for a reason. Form is temporary, class is permanent, and he showed time and time again he belongs to the biggest stage in world cricket, and that's what he did. And that the condition and the situation played according to the way he wanted to play, because he wanted to be an anchor of the inning. He wanted to play the full inning from ball 1 to the last ball, which he managed to do that last night.
Yeah.
And others like Akshar, you cannot take away his inning, the way he played. He gave Kohli all the deliveries to face and keep going at his own pace. So yes, King Kohli, marvelous knock. We kept on saying like he's due, and he came up at the right time.
And not to forget that our bowlers, the batsmen get a lot of headlines, but if you look at the entire way that this entire tournament has played out, the bowlers have rescued us every time.
Player of the tournament
Is a bowler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just with Bumrah.
And that's the best economy ever recorded in a 2020 World Cup. We've been playing this since 2007, and he is the new world record holder of the best economy in the World Cup. So yeah, his over was a turning point for India in the final, and then not just yesterday.
Yeah.
If you start from the beginning against Pakistan, his over was a turning point, and yesterday also he did his magic, and then others followed after him.
Just with Bumrah, of course, he was player of the tournament being awarded, but at the same time, Arshdeep Singh,
Fantastic performance.
he has come up very far.
You can tell that he's got the captain's confidence. He gets some very, very critical overs to bowl. And
The 18th one.
Yeah, I mean, these are the make or break overs. So, in my mind, Bumrah and Arshdeep set it up for Pandya
Yes.
to deliver the last over.
And he is the joint highest wicket taker in this tournament with Farooqi from Afghanistan. 17 wickets for a youngster. Imagine his future now. He will be leading the pace attack for India in the future games.
You're talking about Arshdeep Singh,
Yes,
right?
yes.
30 balls, 30 runs. Was seeming that match is slipping away.
Absolutely.
But the confidence that the captain had on the bowlers and bowlers proving it right.
I think yesterday, usually what we see with teams, when the situation like this comes 30 or 30 balls, fielding team gets bit nervous, they start slipping, and then there's some fumbles in the field. But yesterday, the way Rohit was captaining his troop, that was a sight to watch. He had the belief we can still get this through, and that's what changed. The way he brought Bumrah back, and then Arshdeep, then he had Pandya left for one last over, like the final over. They had the belief. They knew there's something special is about to happen for Indian cricket, and Rohit Sharma absolutely nailed it yesterday.
And I think there's one little dimension I would like to add to what Navneet ji said, 30 of 30. So I'll ask you a question. After that big Akshar Patel over, when Klaasen took him to the cleaners, do you know what the win possibility percentage was for India?
I don't know, maybe 15-16%?
3.3%.
Oh, wow.
Don't tell me.
3.3% was the win possibility percentage with Klaasen and David Miller at the crease.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. But then, thankfully, the players didn't know that.
Yes.
They didn't see it that way.
Yes.
But then from there to claw the game back and just choke the runs,
Yes.
absolutely phenomenal.
Normally we say the catches win the matches. In this particular match, the catch that Surya Kumar Yadav had I think one of the best catches I have ever seen.
Yes.
And that catch made India think like, yes, they can win it from here, because Miller was the last recognized batsman for South Africa. Then bowlers to follow, and we all know what happened after that. Imagine that delivery going for a 6, equation would have changed. India under pressure again, anything could have happened. But that was the best thing Surya Kumar Yadav did yesterday. So I think he will be remembered for this catch forever.
Exactly. And it was such a worthy final in terms of its ebbs and flows and ups and downs and mistakes and achievements.
Absolutely.
So I'm so glad in the sense that the tournament ended on such a high note.
We're talking about Virat Kohli. What a great knock. We're talking about Akshar Patel. We're talking about Jasprit Bumrah, Rohit Sharma. We're talking about Kuldeep Yadav. But Shivam Dube, those scores that he did
Yes.
probably did make a difference.
I think if you go back to the interview that Gautam Gambhir gave a few weeks back, he wasn't talking about Dubey, but he was talking about these 20s.
Yes.
Right.
He says these guys always go unnoticed and uncelebrated, but these 20 plus scores in the middle can, and often they do, make all the difference.
And this is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think he did change the complexion of the game, because India had won when Akshar got out. The things got a bit slowed up. They were playing around 7-8 runs per over. Then he came and scored a couple of massive sixes, couple of boundaries, changed the complexion of the game, and that gave Kohli more freedom towards the end.
True.
Like that's, if you see Kohli's 50 was he scored in 48 balls, then he ended up scoring 76 or 59. So imagine the next 9 balls, he scored 26 runs.
Yes.
So that's how cricket can change that quickly.
True.
You were talking about emotions. I was very impressed when I saw Pandya.
Yeah.
The emotions that he was coming out for the last 6 months, the rough journey that he had. He said, I was keeping myself quiet and letting all my opponents to be happy, or wasn't giving them a chance to be more happier than what they were. He said, let the game show. And this is what he did yesterday.
Yeah, like Saurabhji was saying, complete redemption for him. He's come full circle for him. He copped a lot of abuse from his home crowd
Yes.
for reasons best known to the misuse of media information by these channels. But again, it was good to see that between Rohit and Hardik there was no friction of any sort. Rohit trusted Hardik with the last over.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Hardik more than delivered. So emotions all over the place. The shot of Rohit and Virat hugging each other, both of
Yes.
them in tears, both of them trying to control themselves, and the commentators picked it up and said, "This
Yes.
is a shot for the ages."
I think everyone was in tears yesterday, including us. Everyone.
Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli announcing their retirement from T20 yesterday. It was an open secret, but this coming out from them was a confirmation. Yes, this was the last World Cup for T20 that they played.
And I think this is the best decision they have made.
Yes.
You should always aim to finish on a high. You can't get any better than this. Lifting the World Cup for the country, for the fans. And they were right in their speeches. It is time for youngsters to come and start preparing for next World Cup, which is in 2 years, and that is going to be held up in India. So no better way to groom the youngster. New coach coming, new players coming. You have to give them enough time to get used to the dressing room conditions.
True. And of course, as you said, new coach coming. So Rahul Dravid himself couldn't have asked for a better
Yes.
farewell to his term as the Indian coach.
I think he did amazingly well throughout his 3-year tenure. They reached almost every final of ICC tournaments. Almost every final, winning the bilateral series, all of them. You can say India is number one team, no matter what format it is. Okay, they are, they were, ICC tournaments were not happening for India. There were some, mindset issues or whatever you can say. But I think this win yesterday, in my view, I think we all sitting here, we will be talking about this. In next 3 to 4 years, India will be lifting another 2-3 trophies.
It was the confidence being injected in all the players, as well as the newcomers who are going to join the team. They would have the confidence that they are the world champions.
Yes.
If they can do it once, they can do it twice, they can do it thrice.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. This will give them the belief now. We can do it. Whatever happened in last 17 years or 12 years since the ODI World Cup, that's all past now.
Yeah.
And India has the best infrastructure when it comes to cricket. They have all the coaches, they have all the clinics, they have all the grounds, facilities, everything. So now it's up to the coach and the youngsters to keep taking this momentum going for the trophies to come.
And talking about youngsters, it's we can always miss these youngsters in the mix of all these big stars, but we can't imagine what it means for the likes of Rinku Singh, Jaiswal, to be in that group.
Yes.
So now they've had a taste of what it means to have a World Cup winning to be part of a team.
Yes.
So that mindset is going to go a long way. Because compared to the Indian teams of 90s and early 2000s, they didn't even have a taste of what it means to be on top of the world. So for these youngsters, it's a great orientation and it only augurs well for the team.
Now, I was just to continue with Sunilji's point. I think apart from Rohit Sharma, Kohli and Jadeja, or maybe Chahal, rest all the players they're gonna
The new
represent
breed.
India in the next World Cup also. So imagine out of 15, only 3 might not play. The remaining 12 plus 3 more to come, and that Shubman Gill, player of his class, he must be itching to come back to the team and winning the trophies for India. So the future is very bright.
There is a saying in Hindi, "Koshish karne wale ki kabhi haar nahi hoti," and this is what was proved yesterday. Rohit Sharma sticking to his original plan, the same team, same sequence, playing the way they were playing, and giving a chance to each and every player to go and do the bit they wanted to do it themselves.
Yes.
What a captain! What a captain!
And what a way to announce retirement, because he's been grooming this team for 4 years now, since he became captain. And you can see how heartbroken he was when they lost the ODI World Cup final, when they lost the ICC Test Championship. Even 2019 World Cup, when they lost the semi-final, he was gutted So I think we should all applaud him for sticking to the team, sticking to the plan, sticking to the management. Everything he did, it all paid off yesterday for India.
And I think it'll be incomplete analysis of the game if we do not say a few words about the South African team.
Yes.
Because both the teams had progressed the same way to the finals, unbeaten. So one of them had to lose. And the loss did not happen even in the first 5, 10, or even 15 overs. So for them to be this close and yet miss out, I don't think to give credit where it's due.
Yes.
They should not be termed as jokers.
No.
Here.
Not anymore.
did
Not anymore.
Not after this match.
They fought against it. They put their best. Yes, it was India's day yesterday that they took the trophy. Otherwise, they were no less than Indian team. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
Now, India did perform better than them. That's why
Just
they won.
marginally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can say, like that famous Ian Smith quote, the barest of margin.
Yeah.
That was in favor of India yesterday. But hats off to South Africa. You cannot call them chokers anymore. They used to choke like they didn't used to turn up on the day.
Yes.
Yesterday they did turn up and they took the match to the very last over. So this is the final for the ages.
Absolutely.
No one will ever forget this match.
thankfully there was no rain, there was no match delays, so the game happened for all the 40 overs. There were crowds who enjoyed it to the maximum they could. What a wonderful game we had. Any final words from you, Sunilji?
Well, that's only whets the appetite for what's to follow. As Arjun was saying, there are more tournaments coming up, time flies because we still remember last year's World Cup defeat like it was last week.
Yes.
So before we know, there'll be new crop of players in the Indian team, and we'll be talking about the next coming T20 World Cup.
Yeah, I think this tournament was not a high scoring tournament, which I really liked it because this was a even contest between bat and ball. Batsmen had to work hard to play their shots, and bowler had to mix their line and length, pace, variations. So it was a brilliant World Cup. 20 teams, 55 matches, and it all came down to the final match, which was the match to remember. So yes, let's hope ICC keep promoting this tournament, keep bringing more teams, so that every team get some confidence out of the tournaments, because they don't play bilateral series. So World Cup is the event for the teams
For the
to gain
associate
confidence,
members,
like especially for associate members.
Yeah.
So yeah, hats off to ICC also for organizing such a great tournament. Yeah, the only thing they need to check with West Indies and US, the crowds.
Yes.
How they can bring more crowds to the stadium. For the first time ever, I saw India in the final, and we saw a few empty seats, which is a rare sight. So yeah, let's hope we all learn, we all live and learn. And thanks to Rohit and Virat Kohli for all the memories in 2020.
1.4 billion Indians around the globe. Very happy of taking the trophy back home after 13 years. But there'll be many more to come in the coming days as well. My name is Navneet Anand from aajKal. Our medium, your message. The final episode of World Cup Gupshup T20 24 with Sunil Gautam, Swaramanan. Bye for now.
Voice aajKal. Our medium, your message.
VG Times. Be with the times.